Good morning, everyone. This is Kendall Askins from Stimulating Minds. Askins Stimulates over on Instagram. Joining you guys another morning to drop another gem. Just reminding you that Stimulating Minds is a company that's dedicated to cultivating lifelong learners, and school is starting. So our slots are already filling up. We will be running some special courses. I think the courses are going to really be tailored towards mothers, but we encourage you that if you want extra support for your child or anything like that, that you join. So today I'm going to jump right into it. We are going to be talking about getting to the root. And I'm going to say that this topic is very near and dear to me, particularly in this past week that literally just passed. I was experiencing something, and for those that know me, know that from the time I was little, my relationship with my mom has really been one that I've had to work at. Not in a bad way. My mom is a wonderful person. I have characteristics to my mom, and I think that that's what sometimes causes some of the issues. So with that being said, there was a situation and we had a little disagreement, and I had a very intense emotional reaction. I had to sit with myself with that emotional reaction to really try to figure out why was I responding so intensely. And I could not put my finger on it, right? Because when I really took a step back and looked at the situation really wasn't something that was that serious. It was a very petty situation, but it had created something inside of me that was very intense. I'll just say it like that. And so when I really sat with myself, I realized that what was being triggered inside of me was an event that had happened when I was a child, and I never actually healed from it. And so then every time I would deal with something, no matter how petty it was, it would be taking me back to that event with my mom, and it would create this emotional response. Once I sat with that and I actually addressed it and I shared it with her, it showed me how these responses and sometimes these things that we go through, on the surface, it looks like it's one thing, but it almost always is never what it appears to be. And so what I want to share with you guys this morning is pay attention to your emotions, because your emotions are going to be a huge indicator as to what is really the root of the issue, okay? And if you don't pay attention to the emotion, you're going to think that the issue is the issue, and it almost never is. So I want to encourage you to pay attention to when you have a response to something, especially more of a negative response, right? Whether you get angry, frustrated, sad, something like that, even though it's okay to feel those emotions, when you're feeling that intense emotion, outside of something like changing a job or grieving somebody who maybe passed away, if you are having a tense emotional reaction to something that's like a daily interaction, I want to encourage you to really sit with yourself and identify what might be the root of that intense emotional reaction, because that emotional reaction might be showing you something that you haven't actually healed from, or demonstrating a place that you still have work to do. I also want to encourage you to think about understanding that often we like to point the finger at other people. We like to say that we're having a response because of something that somebody else did. But the truth is, if we were actually healed completely in some of these areas, what other people did wouldn't affect us to the magnitude that it's affecting us. So whether we feel disrespected, or whether we feel like they're being mean, or whatever it is, if we are people that are really whole and healed, we would understand that that would be more about them than it is about us. So if it's creating an emotional response within you, that means that there's something within you that you need to heal from. And it's not a bad thing, because knowledge is power, right? We always heard that. But it's true, because if you know that this is true, then you can do something about it. So I want to hear today, what are some things that create emotional responses within you? Are there things that maybe you didn't think about this like this before? Maybe there's something that happened to you recently that you're like, you know what? Let me sit with that a little bit and figure out what the source of that is. Get to the root, guys, because when you get to the root, you can really begin to unlock the levels of your authentic self. So I want you to make it an amazing day. If this is a video that maybe gave you some perspective, share it out, like, comment, subscribe to our channels, and I will see you back here next week for more fun. Bye.